Wow. I'm losing it, people. Wow. I'm losing it, people. I tried to set the live for tonight, but it came up as PM. I tried to set the live for tonight. And then I forgot to add myself to the stage, so I've been talking to myself after times. I when I was in Mama T's, I asked her to come up, and it's no big deal. I was going to be nice. I just wanted to say something that uh, I asked her to come up. If I could come up, and I'd be nice. But Viper said something in chat which really hit me because he said that I shouldn't have been worried about going after Ernie's people. He should have just went after Ernie. And I said, you know what, Piper? You're wrong on that one because you going after Ernie's people, you actually made us all friends. You made us see the light. You changed us. So I'm just gonna have to disagree with you saying that instead of going after Ernie's people, I should have went after Ernie. And I just wanted you to know that. I appreciate you, Viper, more than you know. Uh, it's not going to be a long live. It's going to be short. Uh, I want to thank Ghost. I want to thank Degenerate Lost. I want to thank Peachy. I want to thank Mags, Maggie also. Mama T, I want to thank you also. I hope I don't forget everyone, but I probably will. But I'm glad that I came into this side, if you're going to say, because it actually, excuse me, it actually changed me into a new person, a different person. I'm not that same person anymore. Uh, but Viper, a lot of people owe you a lot of credit. And again, I want to thank all those people. Cinnamon Girl, too. I almost forgot Cinnamon Girl, unless I did say it, but you people actually make me happy, and me watching you guys, I laugh, I joke around. When I was in Ernie's chat, I really wasn't laughing. I was just hating. I just want to stop that. So, Viper, what you said when you said you shouldn't attack Ernie's people, you should have attacked him. I'm going to disagree with that. Uh, I'm glad you did attack people like myself, Mama T, who you went hard on. You, you didn't really go that hard on me, but you were there. You were always in back of my head, thinking where you were. Uh, hey, what's up, Mags? I was just thanking you also. Uh, I had a, I thanked a lot of people. You, uh, Maggie, uh, Viper, Degenerate Lost, Cinnamon, Peachy, everyone. I just want to invite everybody. Thank everybody. Hey, what's up, Mags? Uh, Mags, the reason why this live started was because Piper said that he should have never went after Ernie's people. He should have just went after Ernie, and I disagree with that because I think he did the right thing going after Ernie's people because look where we are. We're all on Piper's side now. So, Piper, I'm going to have to disagree with that one. Uh, how you doing tonight, Max? I hope you're doing good. Uh, I'm a happier person now, even though I still get my ups and my downs. Right? You're right. I'm right, Mags. I'm glad he did that because all these people that came together, who a Viper and none of us like Viper. Now we're all together and we're all friends. We're all talking. I'm doing okay. Hey, Honeybee, what's going on? I don't know if you heard what I was saying, but it had to do with Viper, what he said about him going after uh, Ernie's people instead of going after Ernie. Uh, I'm glad he went after us. I really am. It was well worth it because now look where we all at. Most of Ernie's people are here together, and we're not even Ernie's people anymore. Okay, Honeybee, good. Uh, so, Piper, I'm sorry, but I always agree with you, but on this one, I'm not going to agree with you on this one. I've changed since I left Ernie's Tigers, the cult, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, Constance too. Constance showed a lot. I forgot to mention Constance. Thank you, Max. She did. She showed a lot. She has a lot of shit on Ernie, let me tell you. Probably the most person on YouTube. But I wouldn't listen. I was brainwashed. I always thought, or maybe a hope, maybe it was more hope that he was doing what he said he was doing. I've been with Ernie for like 3 years. Yep, you're right, Honeybee. Let me tell you something. You'll find out in a few months, couple of months, what's going on, especially with Viper helping me. And let's just say you're gonna find out. We can't say nothing now. It's under the works, but it's gonna happen. Constance won't either. She definitely won't. So I give my hands up to Constance also. I actually forgot about her. Uh, but what I was thinking about when Viper said that, I actually said, well, let's write down a list of people who came from Ernie's and is now with Viper. There's a lot. I'm not saying everybody likes Viper. Of course, you know who I'm talking about. But my story, Viper's story, actually, I think Viper, I was thinking about, because you're such a good book writer, that I actually want to go over with you my whole story and how a veteran survives what I've survived with the drugs, the alcohol, just the bullshit that I've been through my whole entire life. I think that would be a good thing. Of course, under your permission, because I'm going to need you to write because I can't write. As you could tell in chat, my phone, I think my fingers are too small for my phone, and I really can't afford another one. I can't even afford my StreamYard right now because I actually ordered Suno so I can write my own songs, and now the thing popped up that my card didn't work because I didn't have funds. Hey, what's up, Tara? Tara, you always miss everything, Tara. What's the problem here? All right, I'll tell you though, because I like you. Tara always, whenever she pops into chat, she's like, "What have I missed?" Uh, I'm laughing. You know I'm teasing you. You know I'm teasing you, Tara. What happened was we were in Mama T's, and I asked Mama. Actually, Viper said it first. He put it in chat that uh, he should have never went after, because we started talking about Ernie and how Viper attacked us, and I said, "Yeah, look," I said, "for a reason, Jesus brought us all together for a reason. Uh, that's why we're all friends now." Uh, and Viper said, he just wished that he never went after Ernie's people. He should have just went after Ernie. But I disagree with that. And this is probably the first time I disagreed with Viper. Am I right, Piper? Uh, I wasn't actually in Ernie's other than trolling or just being reminiscing about old times. I know, Max. All right. Why am I not blue, Charlie? You're picking on me. Oh, God. You people. Tara. Let me see what I could do right now. Okay? You're blue now. And I don't want to hear no shit. Let me tell my story. And I'm joking. And stop crying. You're blue now. So Viper said that he should have never went after Ernie's people. He should have went after Ernie himself, and I disagreed with Viper. You're blue. You're blue. So, anyways, I disagreed with Viper, and I said, I said to myself, Viper, if it wasn't for you going after us, as in Ernie's people, we wouldn't been here standing with you. We wouldn't be with Degenerate. We wouldn't be with Ghost. We wouldn't be with Peachy. And Degenerate, Viper, Ghost, and Peachy and Constance actually opened my eyes. And I even told Renee, you can ask Renee this, that what was I going to say? That I'm going to back out slowly and quietly. I'm just going to disappear like no one knew. Just all my mods, it's a rule here now, and not a rule, and I'm not trying to bust you, be your boss, but if we get any haters in here, just block them. I don't even want them timed out. Block them. My channel is not going to be hate anymore. I'm not going to mention the two people because I made a promise to Mama T and I made a promise to Viper. But Viper, I really would like to get together. Maybe I can record. Maybe I could record my story and we can write a book, or you can write the book. I just let them talk and help expose the man's slips. Degenerate, you're right. And I don't know if you heard me before, but I said thank you. I'll always say thank you to you, Ghost, Viper. Viper's actually made us all, I think Viper actually made us see the light, or him attacking us made us come over to his side, and we got onto your side. If you understand what I mean. Hey, don't call me Honey, Dejin. My name's not Honey. But yeah, thank you, Dejin. Thank you for the photographs too. The one that's up there right now, that's Dejin's work, and I thought it came out. I actually want to get a tattoo of that. It'll probably cost a lot of money, but I know you don't, Tara. You mean all well. But like I said, I actually want to get a tattoo like that. It's actually pretty damn cool. But yeah, thank you for that. You're really good at that. Oh, I know you will. I know you will. They're going to be slipping more mess. But if Viper's listening, or if anybody hears this, I'm Dejin. I'm sure you talked to Viper. Just let him know that it was worth him coming after us and attacking us, because now look where we are. And this is the question I really want to ask. If the people, the Tigers, if they really cared about Ernie, why aren't they in other people's chats, praising for him? I haven't seen them anywhere. Nowhere. So are they still for Ernie, or aren't they still for Ernie? Did they see the light? Are they listening in the bushes? At least show your faces. Have some fucking balls. At least admit, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm still with Ernie. Yeah, I'm still voting for Ernie for governor. By the way, he's actually running his I'm actually running his campaign in jail as him becoming governor of the jail. They're hiding, hoping for Ernie to come out. Dejan, what was I gonna say? Dejan, you lost my train of thought. B- build one, we could build more. That's like me. Remember, I used to say, Ernie, if you build it, they will come. So I'm gonna have to think of another good line for all of us. In the beginning, it was a good line, but then I started hating it. Yeah, Ernie's undercover for what? That's how the Tigers are. Yeah, well, you know what? They should at least come out and say, at least admit it. Like Ernie finally, well, he didn't really admit that he was gay. There was proof that he was gay. And don't get me wrong, I'm not racist. I love gay people. I got friends who are gay. Uh, and I don't mind if someone's gay, they're gay. I'm lesbian, okay? I came out of the closet. I am a full blown lesbian. Lesbian is all I want to be. uh, did you get that one, Mags? I am a lesbian, and that's all I want to be. I just want to be a lesbian. Uh, My Insane World Beauty of Tara. What did she write? Charlie, what I'm confused about is last time he was in jail, they were still doing live streams, but I haven't seen them doing that this time. Well, you know why? Oh my Charlie. Yeah, I'm a lesbian. I came out of the closet. You can hate me. The reason why, because that's when Ernie let me I joined a lesbian club, all right, Max? Uh the reason they were doing lives, it wasn't him or them doing lives. It was me and Renee. We were doing the lives when he was in jail. He was telling us what to do when he was in jail. That's the only reason why he let us handle his channel. He knew he was going to jail, and he never gave me his channel. I never bought it for $10,000. But if he wants me to give the $10,000 back, I'll gladly accept it. Uh, but we were never ownerships of the channel. All I was an administrator. That's all I was. I can set times, go live when I wanted to go live on our new channel, and that's it. So, and as far as being interviewed, my agent tells me I am not allowed to do interviews. Only if there's a pay of $200. If you want to interview me, you got to pay $200 because $99.95 goes to my agent, and I get the other 105 cents or whatever it is. But yeah, no, I'm not allowed to do any interviews, and if I wanted to do an interview, I would have to talk to uh, my agent. I'm thinking about turning lesbian so long as I don't have to kiss or touch. Honeybee, do you know that song I Kissed a Girl Last Night and I liked it? Well, I actually wrote that song. I kissed a girl and I liked it. That's why I turned to lesbian. Yes, right now, do you remember? Yeah, it was me doing the lies, but it was funny. He doesn't have someone doing it this time. You know why? Because he's in lockdown. I don't even think he's allowed to use the phone. I don't even think he has a phone. And let me tell you something, and Renee knew this. That was the worst decision I ever made in my life, was taking over that channel. Because let me tell you, the trolls that came in and hit me hard. I was drinking a lot. I was drinking a hell of a lot. I was drinking at least a half a gallon of vodka straight up every 2 days. Yeah, I'd buy a gallon and I'd drink a half a gallon one day and a half a gallon the next day. Charlie, Charlie, you'll bring a bad lesbian. Nah, it's got to be a pretty good one. Drawing a paper phone, yeah. You know what else he's doing? He's trying to chisel his way out. You know, under that toilet bowl, he's trying to chisel that. I'd be a bad lesbian, yeah, bad as in a good lesbian. But yeah, I wrote that song, I Kissed a Girl, and I liked it. Oh. So I just wanted to just thank everybody. Like I said, it's not going to be a long live, but I want to thank the people who actually opened their arms and let me come into this community. You know what? I'm going to call it a family. I'll call this a family. That was supposed to say you're being a bad lesbian. Oh, okay. All right. I got you now. Your phone is like my phone. My phone wants to write what it wants to write, but it doesn't want to write what I want it to be written. He's judo chopping through the walls. Yeah, he's training. You know what he's doing? He's hooked up to an IV and getting, what do they call that? Thorazine shots in the ass. He must like that, Thorazine shots in the ass. Anyone ever think about that he does Thorazine? So yeah, he didn't actually really admit that he's gay, but it was shown that he was. So he's still really, technically, he still really hasn't come out of the closet. But yeah, there's going to be, within a few months, there's going to be some news, and it's going to be really good news for myself. Really good news for myself. I can't say it now, and I can't slip it now, but it's happening. I got a special email yesterday, and everything's working out the way I wanted it to work out. That one email today, it's going to take a while for that. It's already been 3 years that I'm actually suing, but that's okay, anyways. But in a few months, it's gonna turn out to be good for me. So just pray for me, all right? Pray for me. I need all your prayers that I can get. The Green Berets are coming to save Ernie. Yeah. I was writing that in Ernie's chat. I was like, where's Donald Trump Jr. now? Since he knows Donald Trump, where is he? Where's Johnny Depp? Where's Jake Paul? Where's the Buff Bagwell? The stuff. How come they ain't around? He knows all these people, but nobody's helping him. The Girl Scouts, okay. Yeah, the Girl Scouts, they're going to save him. But then again, the Girl Scouts shouldn't go nowhere near Ernie. Just saying. But I know what you meant, Honeybee. Honeybee, can you let me know how long you have been on YouTube as Honeybee? Are you somebody else or you are always Honeybee? Go to light a cigarette. God's telling me I shouldn't be smoking because I lit the wrong end. I hate when I light the filter. It tastes like shit. Ha ha, I'm not telling. Okay, that's fine. Because I don't know, I feel like I've known you before. But that you're fine, you go with that. I know you from somewhere. I know one of the I'm not sure what one of the four names are, but I've known you before, let's put it that way. So again. Everyone, just hit the like for me, please. I'm trying to get my channel to grow. My channel is actually, no, you only know me as Honeybee. Okay. All right. That's fine. I'm trying to get my channel to grow. I do want to grow bigger. I do want to make money off of this since I'm retired. And then, yes, I am a veteran. Yes, I was in the Army. I still wear my dog tags. The only thing is that's not original on my dog tags are the rubber clips that make it silent. Because when I joined the Army, they never had that. That's fine. No worries, Honeybee. You're good. You're good. But yeah, they never had the silencers when I was in. And a silencer is something that goes around the dog tag itself, so it doesn't jingle and jangle when you're in war. Does anyone know what the dog tags are used for? Basically, I want to see if anybody knows that. I'm sure people who are in the military know it. They always give you two: a smaller loop and a long loop. Uh, when you're unalived, they put one between your teeth, one of the dog tags. That's just in case you lose any of your legs, and then the other one goes around your toe. So the smaller one goes around your toe. Uh, the larger one, that's the larger chain that goes between your teeth, so they actually know who you are. So they know that you're Catholic, uh, Jewish, or whatever religion you are. I hit the like button and we can hit hype once the stream is over. Cool. Thank you, Tara. Yeah, that's a new thing, the hype one. I've just noticed that too. Well, it's new to me. This name really fits because I'm into growing flowers and harvest my own seeds. That's an awesome hobby too, Honeybee. I hate it. It's a very awesome hobby. It is. I don't have a green thumb. Anything I try to grow dies. Even when I was growing my own marijuana in my bedroom closet, I had everything set up. And they died. I think I overheated them too much with the lamps. But actually, I want to try it here in Tennessee. I heard the soil's awesome here. It grows crazy like it here. So don't tell anyone I said that. But yeah, like I said, that's a great hobby. It definitely keeps you busy. I could only imagine what your house looks like. Stupid typos, dog tags for identification. If you lose body parts, they can normally tell who you are. Yes, like I said, the smaller one goes around your toe. It's a smaller loop. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. Hold on a sec, people. There's a smaller one that goes around your. There's two dog tags. There's a long chain and a smaller chain. Solo out. No, I don't want to solo out. I wanted to turn on my mic. See, I'm still new at this bullshit. Mike, oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I don't want to try to get on the picture because I don't have a shirt on. I don't know if you can see that in my little picture. Yeah. Unless I go this way. There we go. All right. There's a smaller one, that's that one. And then there's the larger one, which is that one. So what happens is, yeah, I have no shirt on. That's right. It's hot in here. Go fuck yourselves. Yeah. So anyway, one goes between your teeth. They bang it in, and one goes around your toe. I still wear them to this day. Charlie, my grandfather, lived in Oklahoma Beach during World War II. Tell him thank you. Well, if he's still alive, we lost a lot of troops for that one, and may rest in peace if he's still alive. What's up, that girl? How are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. So, I was just going over dog tags, but that's what happened. Sorry about all the noise with my mic, but I had to show the dog tags. So yeah, I actually miss the army. During World War II, my phone is being crazy tonight. No, he passed. Yeah, I think there's like, I could be mistaken, so don't quote me like this. I think there's one or two that are still alive from World War II. I knew what you meant. My phone is too. That's why I said I was going to throw it out the window. And I'm sorry he passed, but I still thank him for his service. Without these servicemen, we ain't got nothing. And it pisses me off. Today would have been my dad's 91st birthday. Happy birthday, Dad Honeybee. I'll call him Dad Honeybee. Happy birthday, God bless. And I hope you're living a wonderful life up in heaven, because I do believe there is a heaven, and nobody can tell me there isn't. I've heard that there are, yeah, I'm pretty sure there's two. It was either one or two that's still alive. He laughed at that. Good. Tell him I said thank you. I'm glad he laughed. He must be having a blast. God, if I could only make it to 90, I think I'd be happy. I'd be happy. I don't know. Anybody ever get a feeling like you're gonna die? Ever getting feelings like that? Like I'm not gonna live. I don't know. I'm not talking the off me thing on my own. I'm not talking about that. But your body feels different. I don't know. He's with my mom. I'm positive. Oh, I'm sure they are. They're living life. You know why they're happy, honeybee? Because they don't have to deal with your flowers and roses and bumblebees and shit like that. Don't. It's weird, isn't it, honeybee? Like it's my body feels like it's changing. Like I can't do things I used to. You know I was joking, honeybee, right? I'm not serious, but that's why they're probably very happy. They're probably saying that damn fucking girl planting all those plants and flowers, and your dad was probably allergic to them. I get feelings where I feel like I'm not going to live long. It's really strange. It is. It is, Tara. I get feelings like that too. It's weird. Very weird. The last couple of weeks I've been feeling that way. I get up every morning and think, damn it. Same here, honeybee. I wake up and say, damn it, but then I say, another day, awesome. And then I have my cup of coffee. I gotta have, first thing as I get up, I gotta take Cookie out to go to the bathroom. That I have to do. Then I bring her in and I light up a cigarette and have a cup of coffee. Then I go and feed Cookie, and we also have two other dogs that aren't mine that I feed. Yeah, I deal with a lot of anxiety. I have major depressive disorder, which is just depression, but it's just another name. I get overwhelmed a lot. The last let me see, the last 2 days, even yesterday, I was crying all day. And thank God I do have friends to reach out to. But I can reach out. Viper says, call me and text me anytime. You have major depressive disorder too? Yeah, I think it's just another name for depression. Anyways, Viper's always like, oh, call me. But I don't like to bother people, especially now with Viper. You know, his daughter's pregnant and stuff. But he tells me he doesn't care, but I care. And, you know, it's good to talk to friends. It's good to talk to. I actually called up 988 also, and they were pretty damn good. I didn't speak to like the psych people. I spoke to addiction people, which my addiction runs into my depression. And I went to dual diagnosis hospitals where they treat mental disorder and drug disorder. And I kept on telling Ernie that when I was one of his mods, or when I was talking to him on the phone, Ernie, that's what you need. And he would say, I don't do drugs. I said, okay, Ernie, you don't do drugs. Just go into the hospital and get diagnosed. They'll help you. It might take some time. I mean, it took me time to find the right medicine. I was like a guinea pig. And I finally did get the right medicine. It's Seroquel and Klonopin. And Zoloft I take also. That's really challenging, but you're so much better than before. Honeybee, I am, and I feel, especially in my mind, being away from Ernie helped a lot. That really helped. Just being away from him, not talking to him no more, not even listening to him. I could not listen to him for 5 minutes. Charlie, I have PTSD, so I understand how hard it could be. If you need to talk to someone, I'll post my number here or a couple of minutes. If you want to copy it, just let me know when you're ready. My insane Tara, I have my email on my channel. It's on my About channel. You can email me. I don't want you to put your number here, Tara, in here. I don't want you to do that. So you can email me. My email, you know what? Here, I don't care. You know what? I'll give you my email right to here. I really don't care because I don't open up every goddamn email because I know half of them are spam asshole emails. Hill. Billy. Tara, it's right there. I just posted my email. Let me know when you got it, and I'll just delete it. Stepping into to give you some love. Thank you, Satasha. Love you too, honey. You're a good supporter too. I always liked you. Okay, you got it? Okay. I'm gonna delete it. Anybody else who wants it, you can write me. But Tara, you can always email me. All right? Seriously. And Satasha, I mean that. You're a great person too, so don't ever forget that. I'm glad you came in to show some love. It's not going to be a long live. I've been on 30, 40 minutes, so I'll probably shut down soon. But Tara, yeah, you could email me anytime you want. I'd be more than happy to talk to you. And then we could actually switch, we could trade numbers. You're welcome, Satoshi, anytime. You're a darling. And happy Valentine's Day to all the women. Well, it's over Valentine's Day. But you know what? For women, it's Valentine's Day every day. That's what I miss about being married is Valentine's Day. And, you know, sleeping with your partner. I don't mean sex sleeping with your partner, but just sleeping with someone next to you. I hate that. Just email me, Tara. Email me. I don't know how to use that part in the back. That's what sucks. Just email me. Or do you? What was I going to say? Yeah, just do it that way, Tara. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm not professional yet with this uh, StreamYard. I just finally figured out how to share videos, so we'll just do it that way for now until I get more professional. So, and believe people, please, if you do need someone to talk to, and like I said, 988, it's not just for depression. They also have drug counselors there too. They give you a choice. Press one. The best is, I love this when I call companies up. Press one if you need Spanish. Press two if you're an American. Press three if you're Chinese. Press four if you're Japanese. And then when you get on the phone and you press one, it's English. You get some guy from Pakistan that you can barely understand. What's the sense of having press one for English? If I press one for English, I want someone who's English talking to me, and I'm not trying to be uh, racist, but I think that's ridiculous. I laugh because one has my real name on it, but I'll make a new one. So okay, yeah, just put it in the subject, Tara, or My Insane World of Beauty, and I know it's you. But you can trust me with any information you give me. I mean, I have Viper's phone number, email, and I don't give out. I used to. I shouldn't say I don't give out, but I used to. I did that with Tiger Mama because she pissed me off so much that I put a phone number out on a live. And boy, did I catch hell for that. But I don't do that anymore. I won't do that. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you get in a fight. That's not me. Uh, but that's fine. And I'm sorry that I don't understand StreamYard yet as much as I want to understand it, if you get my drift. But yeah, so I just wanted to come on and tell Viper that if you didn't attack Ernie's people and you attacked Ernie, I think Ernie would still have his people. So you attacking his people made us come over to our side. Charlie, I can't understand foreign people over the phone. They can't understand my hillbilly. Fucking Mags. You always crack me up. You know what? Sometimes I don't even understand my New York accent. That's funny though. They don't understand my hillbillies. You will have to text message me first. I never answer my unknown phone numbers. I will. It's a Tennessee number anyway, but I'll text you first. And vice versa. Text me first. So I know it's you. I don't answer phone numbers I don't know. I'm still laughing at you, Mags. I could understand foreign people over the phone, but they can't understand my hillbilly accent. You know who I really can't understand, Max? I know you. I know you don't like the guy anymore. I can't understand Brad at all. Go lay down. We're not going out. You went outside already, so go lay down. I don't understand Brad. I understand every other word, but he's got such a southern accent. It's crazy. Max, I'm from West Virginia and have always lived in the South, so it's funny why they can't understand us. Tara, I can understand you. You don't have that strong hillbilly accent. And actually, I love the accents. I love accents like that on women. Remember, I'm a lesbian, so I love those accents. Mag's accent, I love it. It's great. any Southern accent. And then when I watched, what was it? South of the Wind or South in the Wind? Yeah, he's a hood hillbilly. We don't even have a hood. Oh, like I said, Mags, you should open up. I'm telling you, if I ever have money, I'm going to open up a comedy shop and have you headline it. You're going to be my host. Uh, but yeah, it's crazy. That's why I'm moving around so much with my ex-Navy husband. Oh, I didn't know he was in the Navy. Cool. But yeah, I hate when they say press 1 for English or press 2 for Spanish. And then you get somebody in Saudi Arabia on the phone, which you can't understand shit. You know how many times I hung up on telemarketers or like today? I was asking, I wanted to join, Major League Baseball because I'm a New York Met fan. Yankees for life is going to kill me, but he understands. And I don't hate the Yankees. I watch the Yankees too. So I asked the person, of course, he was foreigner, and he really didn't even know much about baseball. He had to put me on hold 3 or 4 times because I wanted to say, if I join and pay the money, will I watch all the Met games? I'm not going to pay for something and just watch 2 or 3 Met games a week, or 1 Met game a week. I'm not going to pay $50, or I think it's $5.99. Yeah, it was $5.99 for Major League Baseball, and this girl had the worst accent in the world. She put me on hold at least 3 or 4 times, and of course, the music wasn't so exciting. Uh, why don't they have heavy metal music on call waiting? I always wondered that. When I worked in J.C. Penney in New York, at least they had in the elevators. They didn't have elevator music, but even the PA, they had like soft rock, which was okay. I'll enjoy that. It's better than that elevator music, like you're in a dentist's office. Which reminds me, another thing is when I got my back surgery, my surgeon asked me what kind of music you like. And I said rock, heavy metal, anything, anything good and musically. So we put on Pink Floyd, and ever since I had my back surgery, I can't stop listening to Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd actually puts me to sleep. It makes me sleep better. And let me tell you, they don't get the recognition that that band should get. That band should be high at the list. I know a lot of people are against Roger Waters, including now myself. I used to love Roger Waters, but what he said about Ozzy Osbourne, the attitude he had, he didn't have to say what he said on TV. I think that was all a PR stunt, which a lot of these things now are PR stunts. PR stunts. What Billie Eilish said. Uh, Foreigners living, they aren't foreigners if they're living on stolen land. You know what? Do some research on Billie Eilish. She lost $20 million alone, not just for touring, but for endorsements. $20 million just for saying that. She was supposed to be doing a Nike commercial too. She was supposed to be doing, I think, a Pepsi commercial. But they all fired her. They all said no. And do you know what? She lives on what do they call the Indian sacred lands? Her house, her $30 million house is on a sacred land of Indians, natural Indians. And the tribe that owns that land never even met with Billy. They never even talked about anything. She just built that house there, which to me, that's crazy. anyone who says anything against America, in my opinion, uh, is nuts. Uh, ICE is here for a reason. Could you imagine if there was no ICE? What would happen if there was no ICE and no police? That's really a neat story, Charlie. These people should just be quiet. No one cares what they think. And she's upset about stolen land. She lives on a burial site. She needs to give the land back. Exactly, Tara. She lives on a sacred burial site. Uh, to me, rock and roll and entertainment, they should stay out of politics. They shouldn't be in. I'm not sure if you know that I'm Native. Yes, I do. You said it before. I know you're Native American. I've heard you say it before. And I'm sorry that, that lady, I used to be a big fan of her too, Billie Eilish. I liked her music. Her music was kind of like her story, depressing and stuff, which I fit into that and I understood the words. But for her to say that, and then the other guy to say ice out, picture this, people. Seriously, let's think about this. Now that I said it's not going to be a long live, I think it's going to be a long live. And I don't care who's here and who's not here. I don't care how many numbers I get. But can you imagine if there was no ice here? Can you? Can you really imagine that? Or if there was no police? Uh, there's a man that I really enjoy. Well, he's not here anymore. Sorry, lighting a cigarette. I really liked Martin Luther King. Shawnee Cherokee, I'm sick of these people talking for us of their own sake. We don't want your voices to speak. It is. You never see a Shawnee or Cherokee on stage talking like they're never crying about our land is stolen, this, that, and the other thing. Uh, I agree with you on that one. Like I said, stars, rock musicians should just stay out of politics. Let the politicians do that. The Grammys, the last 3 or 4 years have sucked. They're horrible, and this was the worst one. Who knows if they're even going to have one next year? Wait for the next one. I can't wait. What they should do now is go over everybody's speeches and have someone next to a button to cut the mic. Because I don't even want to hear the bullshit. Just thank you for the award. Thank you for the producers, the family. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear about what your political beliefs are. We're not here for politics. The Grammys aren't made for politics. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Can you imagine if ICE wasn't here and the police wasn't here? You know what Minneapolis would turn into? It'd be a bomb zone. They would be blowing up, starting fires, stealing, rioting. So I stand with ICE. I stand with President Trump. Uh, the guy who got shot, Alex Bay, I think his name is, he had a weapon, okay? It was tucked in his back. They grabbed the weapon and they thought he was a threat. So this is my opinion, and you might not like my opinion, but I think they had every right. And the lady who got killed in a car, I watched that video 1,000 times in slow motion. And that lady was gunning, even though the wheel was turned, that lady was gunning for that ICE agent. So, it could go both ways. But I do believe that. But if you really think about it, if the there's no ICE agents and no police and no National Guard, what would have happened there? When Martin Luther King marched, it was always peaceful. In fact, they're the ones who got beat up by the police, and Martin Luther King people didn't do nothing. They were hosed down. They were taken off of buses, beaten, and they always had a peaceful march, walk across the bridge or whatever bridge it was, holding hands. And I believe that's the way to protest. That's a protest. What they did to the Capitol building, that protest, that was fucking horrible. Hell, Obama deported people, but because Trump it's a bad thing. Right. You're right, Mags. And let's take it this far. Biden and his so-called drunk vice president open up the gates for these people to come in. Do these people live at Biden's house? Do these MS-13s live there? No, they don't. Do these drug dealers live there? No, they don't. Do these murderers and rapists live there? No, they don't. So why blame it all on fucking Biden? Biden did all of this. It's not Trump. It is not Trump. Obama deported them, but because Trump is, it's a bad thing. Right. You're right, Max. Let's see what Tara writes. If they want to do something to help us, they need to help support more stolen women and children. Yes, that's another thing, too. You never hear about that. In the country, the most women that are stolen or reported missing comes from the, and I don't mean this in a bad way, Cherokee Indians. I don't mean it in a bad way, Tara. But people come up missing and nothing's done about it. It's never in the news. There was a movie about it, too. I forgot the name of the movie. It was a really good movie. It actually made me cry. It was about a newspaper company. The reporter wanted to write about this and do an investigation about it, and the editor always turned her down, but she did it anyways. And she proved that how much, they proved that how much and how many people were missing. They went into these Indian places, these tribes where they lived, and there was a whole bunch. And I think there was maybe one or two tribal police officers that took care of that whole place. Oh, Honeybee, you're Indian also? I didn't ask. I didn't know that. I always wanted to go to Tara. This is on my bucket list. I've seen videos on YouTube, but I want to go to a powwow. I want to go to a real dancing powwow. I would love to see that. Love it, because they put on, I've seen so many videos on YouTube. It's beautiful the way they dance, their headdresses. It's a beautiful sight. I always wanted to do that. Actually wanted, when I was younger, we would always play, because we were young, we would always play cowboys and Indians, and I was always be the Indian. I don't know why. I loved the Indians. I always loved how they rode bad back, and I always played the Indians. And they always made the Indians look bad. They were the bad guys, but not to me. When I watched, what's his name? Tonto. I always loved Tonto. Oh, F Troop. I love the Indians. Always. And I don't mean that in a bad way either, so don't take it as bad. But yeah, the Indians got shitted on. Most of the lands here. Especially, do you know, we paid $1 for Manhattan Island. Yeah, well, that's what I've heard, Tara, in Tennessee. I will make sure to let you know when they start in Tennessee. It's the most, yeah, I see it on YouTube and I love it. I would love to be there and see it. Yeah, let me know, definitely. I would love to see that. My mother even told me that I was she thinks I'm part Indian because I don't like wearing shoes and I don't like wearing sneakers or socks. Even when I go to bed, I don't wear no socks. I even went out when I lived in New York. I went out in the snow barefooted. It was cold, but I just didn't like putting on socks and boots. Maybe I was lazy. It took too long. Excuse me. I'm getting sick. I know I am. What do you call it? Yeah, even around the house, I always walk barefoot. Always. I never felt I never felt comfortable with shoes or socks on. Never. It's weird. Definitely weird. Shit, I dropped a pack of my cigarettes. I didn't even know it. Yep, $1. But for Manhattan. Imagine what Manhattan City Island is now. I never wear shoes unless I'm going to a store. Yeah, that's the only time I wear shoes, but inside the house, I'm barefooted. And sometimes I even wear shorts. So, but it's a shame what the Indians went through. If you even want to go deeper, there was a lot of land stolen from different countries also. It wasn't just the United States. A lot of countries were stolen by different nationalities. They all thought they ruled the world, but they really didn't. Uh, but we could go on and on about the Indians. What I don't get is there's never stories or Tara, do you know the movie I'm talking about? There was a movie made about an Indian girl who came up missing. And a reporter from I think it was the Washington Times or the Washington Post, she traveled there to investigate it. And there was only two tribe sheriffs out of so many people that lived there. Uh, the Cherokee forced to walk the Trail of Tears, and they were heavily in Tennessee. I will gladly answer any questions you have about my people. That's awesome. Thank you, Tara. I appreciate that because I want to get into it. I actually want to read about it. Cherokee tribe always they always. I guess I could say they made me feel proud for them, even though it's not a proud thing for them. But I still stood tall and proud for them because they didn't give up too easy. Let's put it that way. Uh, I would love to see that the force to walk the Trail of Tears, and they were in heavily in Tennessee. I've heard that they've been heavily lived here, but it's weird. It's definitely weird. It's just like they're saying Hitler killed, the Jews, and that's a crazy shit. Uh, I actually heard an interview. I don't know if it was 90 million Jews or they killed whatever the number was. The guy who was being interviewed, he was a Nazi man, and he actually said he wanted a list of all the Jews that were killed. And this is what he told the rabbi, and the rabbi had tears in his eyes. And that's something stupid to say. Really is. I want to see a list of the people who were killed. I've seen people. I've worked in the Bank of New York in Manhattan. It's now Chase. Chase bought them out, but there was one guy that worked next to me, an older gentleman. He actually trained me, and he had the tattoo, the numbers that they give you, and it wasn't a nice tattoo. They just wrote it any way they wanted to write it. It was kind of sloppy, if you ask me. Uh, but that's another story. We could go on and on about this bullshit. But that's my one main question. If we all sat down, I'm trying to remember the name of the movie, Charlie. Did you know that black slaves were hidden by tribes? We called them freemen and they walked. Yep, I've heard that too. But yeah, there was a movie. I forgot who was even in it. It wasn't Jane Fonda because I don't watch Jane Fonda movies because of Vietnam. I'm under protest with her. But it was some famous actress. I got to look it up and I'll get back to you on that. But it was a really good movie. Uh, there was a lot of white people who actually hid black slaves in their houses in the basements. There's a lot of hidden basements that they hid the black tribes, the black slaves, I should say. Which that was even more. 500 Native Americans were murdered, just like the Jewish people. It was genocide of the Native people. See that? That's crazy. Why? Why? For power? For fame? For money? Why? Why? It's just, I don't know. I can't get it. I just don't get it. I guess that's why when I go into YouTube, why do people? It's nothing like the tragedies that happen with the Native Americans or the Afro Americans or Jewish people. 500 million. Think about that. They were murdered for the land. That's what I'm saying. It's for power, for money. But it's if you think about it, it's not as bad as it. You're talking about it now, but it's like the hate on YouTube. Why is there hate on YouTube? Listen, if you hate someone and you don't like them, don't talk about them. Don't uh, don't let them in your chat, and you don't talk about them. It's easy. It's settled. You don't talk. It's always tit for tat. Now I'm going to say this once. I know I wasn't going to talk about it, but when I was watching T, the reason why that all started is because Triple X Factor, whatever you want to call his name, called me a fucking idiot. He called me stupid. And that's where I'm going to end it then. That's how this whole thing started. I went on his panel one time, probably about a year ago, and we cleared things up. But then out of the blue, he just called me stupid. And you know what? I can't talk about it, so I'm done talking about it. All right. Yeah, it's crazy. 500 million killed because of the land, murdered for land. It's money, greed. It's crazy. But I'm gonna think about that movie, Tara, and I'll let you know. It was a really good movie. It was about a girl who went to one of the Indian tribes counties, and there was a girl who was missing, and no one cared. The police didn't care. The FBI, the CIA, they didn't care. And this one news lady, I think she actually got fired because she still wanted to do the investigation, and I think she found out that she was murdered, and now now she works for one of the top papers in America. Somebody rehired her as a news investigator, and the news investigator actually worked with a Native American, At first, they didn't get along too well because the Native American reporter thought she was there just for bullshit until she found out that she was doing her job and she wanted the story to come out. There's certain areas where the Native Americans are called, yeah. Don't even, Tara, I know you're trying to say right, but even with the abbreviation, I just don't like that word. I'd rather hear black man. I understand what you're saying, but I can't stand the N word and the R word. I hate that. Uh, you're good. It's okay. No worries. But don't even abbreviate it. If you have to say the N word or the R word, I just don't like that word at all because if you look it up in the dictionary, it doesn't mention a black man. It doesn't mention a white man. It mentions a person who's poor and down on their luck and homeless. So, but no, there's certain areas where the natives, yeah, they're still called that too. Yeah, you were segregated just like the black man. If it said no blacks, that included us as well. Yeah, they you were treated just as bad as they were because of your skin color. But anyways, we could talk about this all night. Uh, who knows? Maybe I'll go live again tomorrow. We can continue this conversation. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I appreciate it. May all your prayers be blessed. Let's hope Angelo's daughter has the baby. Angelo, I know you're going crazy now. That's why I try not to bother you. But I love you, brother. Uh, Angelo's a good man, so remember him. Yes, I hate it too, Charlie. It's hard to figure out what to call it. I know what you mean. I understand. I'll just hate when people keep on putting it in chat. With the they spell it out. I hate that. I disagree with that. But again, let's hope Angelo's daughter has the baby. Excuse me, I'm going and I'm getting tired, and I hope it's a healthy boy or girl. I don't know what they're having, but I hope it's healthy. And prayers to everybody else. Degenerate, you're doing a great job. I want to thank everybody in my chat too. God bless you all, and have a great night. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow, God willing. Good night.